last, the garden season is nearly here. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking you through what I'm going to be sowing here in February 2021. Welcome back to Growing Frugal, and if we've not met before, I'm Susan, and on this channel we're all about learning how to live a lower cost life by growing a bit of food, by learning how to cook from scratch, and just finding simple ways of saving time, money, energy along the way. And today is the 13th of February, and I'm here on the UK South Coast, and I start my seed sowing from the middle of February, which is when the light levels really rise, and it's a good time to start sowing indoors for some of those crops that are going to need a long season or that are hardy enough to get planted out early. And you might have seen my previous video that shows you my seed organising system. So let me show you what I've got in my February box. So the first thing that it's good to think about sowing indoors in February is chilies. So chilies need a longish gardening season, so it's a good idea to start them off early, keep them nice and warm indoors, either on a warmish windowsill, or if you've got a little heated propagator, they'll particularly like that. So these will be going into my propagator, and I'll just be seeing what germinates. It's really early in the season, the stakes are low, so it's a great time to be trying out some of your seeds where you're not sure if they're going to germinate. And I'm hoping to be growing 3 different kinds of chilies this year. So the first chili I'm going to have another go at growing is called Tobago Seasoning, and I got this at Seedy Sunday last year, and you know, not one seed germinated. So I'm not feeling super positive about these germinating, but I've got a few seeds left. There's only 3 or 4. There's absolutely no harm in putting them into a seed tray and seeing if I can get them going. And then the second kind of chili I'll be growing again is jalapenos, and these are my seeds from last year, and I had 2 lovely jalapeno plants that lasted ages, and in fact I've still got jalapenos in the freezer that we're using. So I'm definitely going to grow these again. I'm hoping the seeds are still okay. They've been looked after well. So I'm going to get these into my seed trays and hopefully get a crop going nice and early. And then the third chili I'm going to grow is with these free seeds from my gardening magazine. So these are cayenne chilies. This is duck cayenne, and these are a really great chili to dry. So I'll be using the dehydrator either in the Instant Pot or my standalone dehydrator. So keep an eye on how these get on, and if I have enough, I'll show you how to dehydrate the chilies and make your own fantastic chili powder. So that's my chilies. So the second veg I'm going to grow, and this is for the first time this year, I'm going to have a try at growing banana shallots from seed. So last year I grew some shallots from sets. I've still got them going in the kitchen now. They're wonderful. I'm not too worried about growing onions now. I've discovered that shallots are so great and they store so well. And I've seen this variety of shallots, they're brune banana shallots, on a great channel called Allotment Diaries, and I will link that here. And he has had some amazing results with these shallots. So I'm going to give it a go and hope that I have the same success here. So these are going to go into some largish modules indoors in the propagator, and we'll see how they get on. And then the final thing I'm going to be growing here in February are these bunching onions. So I grew these last year. Again, these are the seeds from last year that I've stored well, and so hopefully I'll get some good germination. And these are like a spring onion, like a salad onion. They're a lovely colour and they all bunch together, and actually I let them grow on in the beds to see what they were like last year, and they just carried on growing. They were brilliant. So if you've already started sowing or you're about to start sowing some seeds, give me a thumbs up and let me know what it is you're going to be setting away in February. I'd love to know what other people are doing so I can see if it will work for me. Now normally at this time of year I also set away my tomatoes, and last year I did a whole season from seed all the way through to collecting seed after I'd grown them and harvested them and all of that. A whole season of videos. So if you're just starting out with tomatoes, take a look at that playlist because it will really take you through it. So normally I do sow them around now, but I've heard that you can get similar results by sowing them in March. So I'm going to experiment and start sowing my tomato plants this year in March. So when we get to March, I'll share with you which varieties I'm going to grow this year, some oldies but goodies, and also some new experiments, because that is the one thing about growing your own food. You can experiment with so many different varieties that you will never see in the shops, or if you do, they'll cost a fortune. And then the other thing that I might normally sow at this time of year is lettuce, but I've still got lots of lettuce going out there in the raised beds. So again, I'm going to wait till March to start sowing my lettuce in modules. So by the time my new batches of lettuce are ready, the others will be about ready to finish. And that's it. That's all I'm going to be sowing in February, though I might change my mind. And next time I do a garden tour, you might see that I've gone back on anything I've said here, because at the end of the day, I'm always planning, but always flexing and changing too. And I suggest you do the same. Keep it fun. And that's it for now. So I'll be back next week with another video. And in the meantime, happy sowing.